Heisman-winning quarterback was attempting an NFL return at the tight end position. In one preseason game with the Jaguars, Tebow played 16 snaps and was targeted just once. In a statement on Twitter, Tebow said that he was thankful for the opportunity given to him and, quote, "I've never wanted to make a decision out of fear of failure, and I'm grateful for the chance to have pursued a dream," end quote.
Just like you said, the rah-rah speeches at this point aren't what we need, aren't what we're looking for, I guess, for our guys. We don't want guys that we need to motivate, right? Everyone should be out there motivated. It's more of a mental side of things, locking in on the details, playing smart football, not beating ourselves, being smart penalty-wise. That's really what we're trying to hone in on these last 2 weeks. We got just playing really smart football.
That was senior defensive lineman Ben Stilley talking about the Huskers keeping themselves accountable in the days and weeks leading up to their Week 0 matchup with Illinois. With a defense on the older side, the Huskers will be looking to improve in every facet, including pass rush, which, according to defensive coordinator Eric Chenander, is improved from last year.
Yeah, I think it's we all know, we got to create some more pressure on the quarterback. The pass rush in camp so far has been much improved. Is it where we want it to be? No. We still got a ways to go, but it's been much improved from last year's same group, but much improved from this group to last group just by their growing for themselves.
In NBA news, the Christmas Day schedule was announced today with a potential finals matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. The other two games feature a rematch of an Eastern Conference first-round matchup as the Atlanta Hawks travel to New York to take on the New York Knicks, and the game between two young stars in Luka Doncic and Donovan Mitchell as the Dallas Mavericks travel to Salt Lake City to take on the Utah Jazz. For all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. We are the Cult of Personality in living color, no less. I'm DP. Across from me, he'll run it. Boy, the kid will make sure we get through the next hour before Jay Foreman gets here, and we will take you through until 6 o'clock, and then Eric Strickland, Husker Hall of Famer, will take us from 6 to 8 o'clock from wherever Strickland is on the planet Earth. Where is Strickland is going to be the newest game that we use in that. I want to thank the folks from Bagels and Joe's. Again, really good coffee, great pregame hype, good stuff. 4 o'clock, Nick, the dude from Muchachos, Nick, my dude, he's bringing by the pipeline burritos, the new pipeline burritos that he paired up with the Huskers big boys. He's gonna bring some by. I think he got you one. I'm not sure.
I replied to his tweet.
I can't speak for him.
We're gonna have a problem if he doesn't.
I can't speak for him, but I'm just gonna tell you what they said. That he was gonna be by at 4 o'clock to do that. 3:30 in the next segment. Terrence Badgett, Huskers hoop gamer, will join us. Lots to talk about with Badge. Badge is always such a good interview because Badge has so much insight to not only being a Nebraska kid, being from Omaha, growing up here, being a part of it, witnessing it before he got here, then while he was here, and eyes on what happens since he left. And Badge has a lot to say, always has some great stories as well. Couple of things on the headline to get to. As Rico and Nick have pointed out, after yesterday's conversation, apparently they listened to Jay Foreman and said that Tim Tebow was not an NFL tight end. I'm not sure what this means for Tim Tebow, and not that most people really care, but for a decent enough guy who lives right, treats people right, I'm glad he got the opportunity. I get the impression that some of the decision was, I don't feel like I can do this right now. And I'm sure that, knowing Urban Meyer and the conversations that went on, two like-minded individuals would just say, maybe there's something else we can do with you. I would expect to hear more news about Tim Tebow later about what he's going to do in his immediate future. He will have options and opportunity. As a matter of fact, there were some opportunities that were given to RG3 over the last couple of weeks that may have been Tim Tebow ish. So there'll be that. Lots of conversation from the previous shows today. And again, I love the new lineup. The way it breaks down, there's something for everybody. Everything might not be for you, but there's a lot of content in these shows. And I love the conversations because they're different perspectives. You won't get the same perspectives on all the shows, and it covers everything. But a lot of the conversation has been on the schedule and where people think Nebraska is going to be. Now, there's people that tell you, well, some of what sports radio has become is just giving your opinion based on how you feel about it. And that's fine and likely. I want to approach the conversation a little differently right now. If you went through Nebraska's schedule and to think of Nebraska as Nebraska in whatever way you think of Nebraska Cornhuskers football, whether you think of the Huskers as the Blue Bloods, whether you think of them as a team that is struggling, are you thinking of Scott Frost at his best? You thinking of Scott Frost at his worst? Are you thinking of Adrian Martinez at his best? Are you thinking of Adrian Martinez at his worst? Whatever way you think about it, those are elite football personalities. All of the conversation that we have about Husker football should have some consideration for Scott Frost as a Husker, as a player. Scott Frost, what he did at UCF, what Scott Frost is what he's doing here. What Adrian can do versus what Adrian also cannot do. So to have those discussions, I ask you to consider this, that Nebraska in their locker room has zero reason to feel like they are bound to or limited by last year's record. Nebraska in that locker room and in that coach's room, they have zero responsibility for making fans feel good about the work that they're doing. They're doing the work in private. Now, as much as Husker fans love Husker football, they don't have as much skin in the game as Scott Frost does. I don't have as much skin in the game as Scott Frost does. I don't have as much skin in the game as Adrian Martinez. So as we have our conversations, I'd imagine that the Husker coaches feel like they got a pretty good shot to be successful this year. And I don't think that's weird. I don't think those are gladiators. Like, they're preparing for battle right now, and they have been for months. And if they're on their game, right, at Nebraska at its best, let's say that Scott Frost has the best offseason that he could possibly have. Let's say that Scott Frost has refined and elevated his relationship with his coaching staff. Let's say that Scott Frost has removed some distractions from his space. Maybe the athletic department has removed some other peripheral responsibilities. Imagine Scott Frost at his best. And then imagine Adrian Martinez at his best. Imagine Adrian Martinez at his best. And feel free on the text line to tell me what that looks like to you. Like, in your mind, if I say Nebraska and Adrian Martinez at their best. At their best, with the two coordinators with Lubick and Shenander at their best, they see everything that the fans see. They see all the problems, they see all the flaws, but then they see all of the talent. And then go up and down the schedule. Martinez at his best. Running back one, whoever that is, at their best. At their best from what we know, Adrian Martinez is a competent, fluid, effective quarterback in the Big Ten. We know that Marquis Stapp was a USC starting running back. Samari Toure, as far as Division II receivers go, he was pretty elite. Lineman up front. Banger at every position. We don't know whether they can do everything that's going to be required of them, but think of them at their best. Think of Austin Allen and Travis Vokalek playing at their best at those positions. Wrap your brain around that for a second, if you would. Wrap your brain around Gabe Ervin being what they think he should be. Jump to the other side of the ball and think of the 6 bigs that will control the running games in the Big Ten. I don't think even at their best, we expect the front 3 to provide pressure on Big Ten passers. That's not what we think of within this group. But we can think of them making it really difficult for Big Ten teams to run. And I think most Husker fans would say if they did that, they'd be satisfied. I think you tell me you'd be satisfied. That if they shut down the run of the Big Ten and allow the 4 fleet athletics hash-to-hash linebackers to do their job, that this defense would be top of Big Ten worthy. Okay? If the secondary is at their best in the Big Ten, do you imagine them going play for play with Illinois, Northwestern, Purdue? What do you see? Do you see the capability and possibility? Do you see an all-conference kicker? Do you see 17 skill position players who are battling as we speak to be kick and punt returners on this team because it's important again? Do you see the second level of defenders battling crabs in a barrel to get on special teams because that's where they're going to make their mark? And that's where they're going to make this team better. Do you see them at their best? And then go down this schedule and tell me that at their best, what you see them being. Go up. We can do it. Illinois, we talked about this. Nebraska at its best versus Illinois at their best. I think it's fair to say that everybody within this sound of this voice think that at their best, Nebraska beats Illinois at their best. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm good with that. Week 2, Fordham. Nebraska at their best, Fordham at their best. Husker fans would expect, and I would be surprised and stunned if you felt otherwise, that they will beat Fordham. Week 3, at home, at their best against Buffalo. Husker fans, tell me if I'm wrong, but at their best, wouldn't you suggest them to beat Buffalo? And at 3-0, at their best, going to Norman, Oklahoma. Now, Barry Switzer's not in the building. He's not in the building. They don't have them dudes. Kyler Murray ain't playing quarterback for them. He's not. They're pretty good at quarterback. But Oklahoma at their best versus Nebraska at their best is an interesting, intriguing, competitive football game. And we know from history that Oklahoma is rather generous early in the season. Michigan State in East Lansing. To quote Jerry Glanville, is anybody scared? Are you afraid of going to East Lansing? Nebraska at their best. But there's the other side of the coin. What if the coaching staff doesn't perform at their best? What if Adrian Martinez has the first half versus Rutgers versus the second half. Which one will we see? Who will they be? What if there is no running back one? What if there's none? What if you get nothing from the 3 or 4? And you have to simply keep pulling the lottery wheel, hoping that you come up with 7s. God forbid there are injuries, but there always are. There's always injuries. There are always players who do not play up to potential. There are missed opportunity by coaching staff. And there's expectation of the fans. And Husker Nation deserves the right to speak and feel free. But I ask you now, which side do you expect? Because bad side of the coin is you go and lay an egg in Illinois. And quite frankly, you lay an egg in Illinois and come back to Fordham, the crowd will not be at 10. They will not be at their best because you haven't been at your best. And then there's Buffalo. And everybody who knows football looks at the Buffalo game and kind of wrinkles their nose and their eyebrows arch and say, this could be a gotcha game. And you do not want a gotcha on your schedule before you head to Norman. Because if you're not at your best in Norman, it is a debacle, and it puts you at risk against Michigan State. Look at the schedule. I'm open. You guys can text me, 464-5685. Text in, the Starter Heyman text line. I think my eyes are open wide, and I think I'm fair in saying I don't think anybody wearing Husker colors thinks they're going to lose to Illinois. Like nobody on that team and nobody on that coaching staff. Look at Illinois on film. Even if you look at last year's Illinois game, can you fix the things that went wrong? Can you fix them? I don't have much doubt that you can. I don't think that's a problem. Fordham. Buffalo. Games 1, 2, 3. Curious to think what you think. Scott says, for Martinez, I always think the Statue of Liberty play 2018. Not really just the play, but the man hit his stride and it was clear. Perfect. Text line says 11-1 with an upset of Oklahoma. Martina run up Heisman. Dream big. Dream big. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to squash what anybody says about this. I just want to know what you think. If they are, Eric says, if they are at their best, they're a 7-win team. Somebody says the same BS we've been watching for 7 years. That's what you expect. Chad says, telling you right now, the Buffalo game is a loss. Buffalo is a good team. Chad, I'll ask you, are you saying that Nebraska is not a good team? I'm not saying Buffalo is not a good team. Look, I know more about Nebraska than I do Buffalo. What I can tell you is when you look at Buffalo on film, man for man, position for position, and more, and almost as important, scheme for scheme, what Buffalo likes to do versus what Nebraska likes to do and should do well, I'll be the first one to tell you, if they lose to Buffalo, as Jay Foreman says, all heads to bed. You got a problem. There's a leak that's going to turn into a flood. And it's also the week before Oklahoma. Chad points out it's an overlooked game. I don't think anybody that knows football overlooks this thing, right? Right? Like nobody looks at Buffalo and go, oh, it's just Buffalo. No. High football IQ fans look at Buffalo and say, look, if we don't bring our A game and the home crowd isn't on 10, that game's a problem. At your best, you should run Buffalo out the building. Real talk. for the level of talent, this is freaking Nebraska. Don't tell me that you are afraid of Illinois. Tell me you have concerns. Yes, they snuck up and got you, man. They came to your house. They came to your party, took your girl, ate your food, and then went home and posted pictures about it. And if that doesn't move you to kick somebody's tail, look, man, don't get even. Get ahead. Like, you owe them. For all those returning Huskers, of course Illinois has returning players. And they're over there. They're going to show up with a grin on their face in Champaign, Illinois. Those players aren't going to have any fear of Nebraska. They looked you right in your face and put a thumb on your nose. But what I'll tell you is I would expect Nebraska to show up angry, bothered, and prepared. That's what I would suggest, and that's what I hope. Trent says at their best 9-3, but he's going to go 7-5. I understand. I get all that. Like I get all that. Anonymous Texter says best is 10-win game with an upset over Ohio State or Oklahoma. The worst is 4-8. 4-8 is a problem. 4-8 is a problem. This program wins 4 games. As Dave Chappelle says, the milk's gone bad. That's a statement out loud. What I expect is this. And what I hope for is this. This is what, and real talk, I expect this team to beat Illinois. I don't even need for it to be pretty, but I expect this team to beat Illinois. They've got a lot. Nebraska has a lot of new offensive buttons to push. Does Torrey work in the slot? Can we move him back outside, back and forth? Can we do that without disrupting the rest of the offense? Who's going to be RB1, RB2? Who plays? Who's in the game plan against Illinois? What do you get backside? Does Omar Manning show up? Does he show up? Does he flash? Or does he shine? Your two big tight ends, are they healthy? Are they a factor? Young offensive linemen across the board. Listen, they've played, but they're still young. And Illinois up front doesn't have any respect for him. But a strong runner behind him answers a whole lot of questions. And Adrian Martinez has 2 years of success against Illinois. They beat Illinois. They have to beat Illinois. I say that. They beat Fordham. And that Fordham is the one game that I say, not only do they need to win it, they need to win it big. Like, that needs to be a showcase. Show out and show off. Buffalo, when everybody comes to the stadium with a little doubt and a little curiosity, send them home. Send them home. And then you go to Oklahoma. You go to Norman, Oklahoma with zero expectation, but every right, every ability, and every talent required to knock off a team that is conveniently generous early in the season, so that you can go to East Lansing in week 5 and kick their tail. And then you come back to Lincoln October 2nd to face a Northwestern team that's won the Big Ten West 2 consecutive years in a row. And then we'll know. Until then, we'll speculate. We'll guess. We will see. Chat says we don't own anyone. We who have we beat the last 4 years? We say we own. Here's the thing. This is the first time that this roster is put together. We don't know what this roster is going to be. We don't know what kind of talent level they have. I can guess based on eyes on, having gone to practice, see what they're running, see who's running it, see who's doing it together. But I'll tell you this. Looking at, from the Big Ten day, seeing the players in face-to-face, talking to the coaches in private and on air, Nebraska should kick Illinois' tail. Illinois deserves it. That's all I'm saying. Again, thank you for the folks on the text line adding to the conversation. Up next, we'll bring in the big man. Hoo-wee. I wonder if he can still hang on the rim. We'll bring in Terrence Badgett next on 101.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Happy birthday to the ticket. Happy birthday to the ticket.
93.7 The Ticket is turning 10 years old this week, and we're getting the gang back together to celebrate. Join us down at McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket this Friday for a live broadcast beginning with Tom and Buck at 11 a.m. Register to win great raffle prizes, including Nebraska football season tickets or a signed Tommy Frazier jersey. Stick around until 4 for appearances from former hosts, including Mike Welch, John Gaskins, Jake Bogus, and Lanny Holstein. It's the Ticket's 10th anniversary party this Friday at McKinney's Irish Pub. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
We'll see another day of plenty of sunshine and high temps reaching up to near 90 this afternoon with a south wind at around 15. Mainly clear tonight with a low dropping down to around 69. And a repeat performance tomorrow, a high of 91, sunny skies and south winds once again, gusting over 20. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. StarterHeyman.com.
Another packed fall season means it's time to get to N Street Drive-In to fill up on all your beverage needs. Right now, they have tons of Oktoberfest beers, and you can check out their Cosmic Eye and Glacial Till selections as their beers of the month. Also, make sure to download the new N Street Drive-In app to order online and to set up delivery right to your front door. And don't forget their top-notch Crowler fill system. N Street Drive-In, your one-stop beverage shop at 1801 Oak Street.
Amigo's new Crunchadilla has the crunch you'll crave. Your taste buds will come alive when you bite into this crispy salsa tortilla that's loaded with melted pepper jack and cheddar, along with your choice of taco meat, Southwest chicken, or grilled chicken. The deliciousness continues with bacon bits, Amigo's famous ranch, fresh pico de gallo, and crispy tortilla strips. This Crunchadilla is a grab-and-go meal all by itself. Conquer your cravings with the Crunchadilla, only at Amigo's. Taco making is a team sport. Here at Amigos, we want you to join our roster of the most talented taco artists in Nebraska. When you work at Amigos, you'll be on a team of people who have each other's backs. We offer a fast-paced, friendly work environment and flexible scheduling to fit your busy life. Join our team, meet your Amigos, and become a customer service expert, all while furthering your career. Be Amigos. Apply today at AmigosKings.com.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, are you there?
I sure am, Charlie. Great to talk to you again.
Andy, I know you're selling a lot of cars right now, but I hear you still have a lot of cars available.
We do, Charlie. In fact, we still have over 500 new 2021 Hondas to choose from in stock or on the way. with 0% APR financing available on select models.
What about new 2022 Hondas, Andy?
You know, we actually have quite a few in stock already, and they're arriving every day.
Now, I'm going to assume since you're selling a lot of new cars, you have some great trade-ins available too. How is the selection of pre-owned?
It's the largest selection of pre-owned we've ever had, Charlie, with over 160 to choose from. People can choose from just about any make and model you can imagine.
Thanks, Andy. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Take a look at your backyard. Does it feel like something is missing? You're right. Now is the perfect time to get an above-ground swimming pool from Bonsall Pool and Spa. Above-ground pools require less space than in-ground pools, are temporary structures if you ever choose to move, and are low maintenance. Plus, you'll never have to worry about the kids getting bored in the summertime anymore. Visit bonsallpool.com to schedule a pool service or visit them at 33rd and Highway 2. Bonsall Pool and Spa.
Everyone loves a good deal, and there's plenty of great options right now at Brown Shoe Fit for their summer clearance sale. Check out their multiple sizes and widths and sandals with brands like Clark's, Keen, Atrex, and many more. Hurry in for the best selection because this sale only goes to the end of the month. It's the summer clearance sale at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Back to one-on-one with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Let's bring in 43. Let's bring in Terrence Badgett, former Husker Hooper. Badge, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Man, look, it's been too long, and it's time for us to get together a little more often.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. First of all, let the folks know, what are you doing with yourself from day to day?
Oh, man, I just been handling some business with group homes things, and then I'm working with kids. So I work with behavioral kids, and then my daughter started school today as a freshman. So me and the dad, and just enjoying life. You know what I'm saying? Just being blessed.
It's interesting because people would think that, okay, we could only talk Huskers hoops with Badge, but you're a Husker through and through, like in your blood, deep to your soul. What does it mean when I say Badgett's a Husker? What does that mean to you?
That means that I'm homegrown from birth, from the ground up, corn stock, corn fed, 100% believer, supporter, and will do anything I can to help someone. I'm all about just blessing others because of the blessings I've been through, sharing some positivity to motivate anyone. One of the things that someone did to me when I was younger, it was just one word, how impactful, just one word could be to someone who's struggling or, may not have a supporting system. So, you give all that back, you pay it forward. And, I'm happy that Trev Alberts is in our system. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a Husker, and through and through, like you said, and I'm happy to be on this show with you, and we're going to do some great things, and I'm excited.
Yeah, man, I'm excited too. I know that Badgett Rolodex you've been flipping it for the last couple of minutes, trying to figure out like who you're going to have these conversations with, and just to let fans know, Badgett's a dude that we want to give former Huskers a place where they can come and have conversations with us or without us. And Badgett, you've earned it. You put in time with us in a long, rough basketball postseason show, season of postseason shows, and your ability to entertain and tell Husker stories from the past and from a very personal, upfront kind of way. I'll ask you this: where does that heart of yours come from? Like, you speak love, you speak positivity, you live it. You're looking out for young people here in Nebraska, specifically up in Omaha and Bellevue. But where does that heart of yours come from?
Oh man, that's a great question. You know where it comes from? The senior leadership, the elders of the Husker basketball team, the older guys, You know, yeah, and that's just it. You know, you have the Carl Hayes, the Priest Owens, the Bo Reeves, you know, the Clipper Scales, you have all these older guys that came out and supported you, and then you give it back by supporting the guys underneath you, like the Andy Markowskis, Leif Nelson. You keep it going for days. Cookie Belcher, Teron Lou, you know, and then you go on again. I'm good friends with Stephon Bradford. You know, it just goes on, and you know, and that's what makes it the strength of Husker basketball, just Husker sports. I have so many Husker football family that I'm really close with. So, you know, those are the things that makes it strong. Those are the things that make you have a buy-in. I was blessed enough to play with Pikowski, Bruce Chubby, Tamar Johnson, and like I said, Carl Hayes, Michael Hughes, Derek Chandler, you know, Chris Cresswell, Steve Hoffman. These are people that, you know, Jason Glock, you know, people behind the scenes, but these people bled Husker basketball, and everyone was on the same page. When we play hard. We play for each other. You know, one time someone asked me, "Why was you guys so good on the road?" Because it was just us, and our backs was against the wall, and we counted our family. That's why we were so successful when it goes to the road games. You know what I'm saying? So things like that. That's what makes me happy to be a Cornhusker.
We're talking to Terrence Badgett, Husker Hooper. Badge, when you talk about being from Nebraska and then being a Husker at heart, it hasn't necessarily been all rainbows and Skittles. How are you getting through? Heading into a football season that matters. Like this season has to have those positive seeds now take root and become something. Same for basketball. That all the work that Hoiberg's put in, those seedlings have to show product now. How are you getting through what should be a very intense, passionate football and basketball season here in Lincoln, Nebraska?
You know, from experience. Like I said, being the kid from Nebraska, I went to South High School, and we were a collective bunch, and nothing was given to us. We had to earn it. And you go through these phases, and as Danny used to teach us, you know, you learn from your experiences, and it makes you a better person. It makes you well-rounded. So when you do come together and you do decide to gel and put it together, it's an awesome thing. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the football program and you look at the basketball program, hope, and you see pivotal, you see little spurs of, okay, they're getting it. Now it's just putting it together. You know, they used to always say that in practice. You know, we're going to do this. We're going to do this good. We're going to do this good. But when we put it together, that's when you see our best basketball. When they put it together, you're going to see the best basketball and football. And I think it's coming. I really have high hopes for football. You know, Scott is a good guy. He knows what he's doing. He's putting the pieces together. He's taking the hits. And those hits are going to make him more successful because he's not getting up. He's working harder. You know, Fred, same thing. He's doing what's necessary. And you just got to have hope in it. You just got to believe. One thing I always tell my kids I work with, hard work never goes unnoticed. And I truly believe they put it in the hard work. So it's going to be noticeable here soon.
How does, and that's so well said, that the work will show. And it doesn't go unnoticed because, again, good folks have good eyes and they see this stuff and they talk about it. But for you, with your heart in this thing, how difficult is it for Scott Frost, Fred Hoiberg, the players that wear the uniforms in any Husker sport? How difficult is it to tune in or tune out the public commentary? Like for Scott Frost now, literally everybody in the state of Nebraska is talking about him, either good or bad. How hard is it for him to tune in and tune out this stuff?
When you realize that it's all about, in my experiences, you and I both know, and everyone knows too, when that door opens, and God makes that door open, and you walk through it, you're walking through it for a reason. He's not having you walk through it to fail. He's having you walk through it because there's an opportunity, there's a learning, there's an opportunity. Scott walked through the door. He knew what it entailed. He knew the demand that football wanted. He knew what the Huskers fans wanted. He did. He wasn't scared of it. He knew there's going to be tough times and hard times, but he wasn't afraid of it. That's what people don't respect. You know what I'm saying? He's still not backing down. He hasn't bowed out. You don't hear about him looking for a job. He's in it to win. And that's the thing about it. Even with Fred, yeah, it happens. Let me tell you, my senior year, we started off, if you remember, it was 10-0, 11-0, won the Rainbow Classic, then we went up to Minnesota and won, and then we lost 9 straight. 9. Can you picture walking around campus? And then out of that 9, we ended up winning the NIT. So you got to go through something in order to get something. They're going through it, and they're going to receive it, and it's going to be great. And I'm gonna be side to sideline, clapping, cheering them on, and I just truly believe their time is coming.
I love what you said and how you got there. Like I like to say that growth requires friction. You have to have something that makes the thing that you're headed to important enough for you to get through the friction. Football season, we're 12 days away. Like, this thing's happening, whether they're ready or not, it's happening. How important for you is it for Husker football to start off with a win against Illinois? How important is it?
It's important. It is and it isn't. So I say this to say that. I say it is because we need that energy. And if it doesn't start off like we wanted to, we got faithful fans. You see what happened in the red and white game.
Yeah.
The red and white game, okay? You're not talking about Oklahoma, Colorado. You got the red and white game. So we bleed red. And they'll drive for miles, regardless. Win or lose, they're going to come. You know what I'm saying? As long as Scott Frost's team give 100%, which they do, they're going to continue to show up. So I would love for them to win, start off winning, because they deserve it. They deserve some positive feedback. They deserve some positive media, some publicity. They do. They really do.
Yeah.
So it's important, but at the same time, it's not, because the faithful is going to still be there, and we're going to ride it out.
Coming from you, that gives me hope that, again, you're a Husker through and through, and if you're standing strong, then everybody else should too. Listen, before I let you go, and first of all, thank you, bro, because again, anytime you and I get to chop it up, it's a win. I'm happy, and I'm looking forward to what you bring to the station on a regular basis. Those conversations I'm looking forward to, and we'll walk you through it. But let me ask you, how excited are you to see 4- and 5-star athletes coming to the Husker basketball program?
I'm very excited. I'm just trying to be quiet about it. But I'm very excited. But this is what I thought, though, with Fred. With getting Fred,
yeah.
This is what I thought. And you know what the thing about it, and I'll let you go too, it's not going to stop. It's going to be infectious.
Right.
That's what I'm excited. So,
well, Badge, again, appreciate you, brother. Love you, man. We'll talk later, and we'll get on the schedule and make this thing happen. You are appreciated, and you're certainly respected. All love. That's Terrence Badgett of the Husker basketball program. All right, brother. Whew. Yeah, that dude. The heart of that Husker gives me hope that for the good folks in this space, that good things start to happen. And as he said, the work's being put in. I'm not saying no, everybody else isn't putting in the work too, but I'm just saying that from his Husker heart, makes me feel better about it as well. We'll throw it to break. More DP One-on-One.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here's to days spent roaming and to sleeping beneath the stars, to casting another line and letting time float by. From Shadron State Park to Indian Cave State Park and every recreation area, historical, and state park in between. Here's to your adventures, your memories. Here's to 100 years of your Nebraska state parks. Plan your next trip today at nebraskaparks100.org. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At MD Pain, we know chronic pain is a problem. It can lead to isolation, depression, and the inability for you or a loved one to live the life you want. That doesn't need to happen. Chronic pain can be effectively managed. The doctors of MD Pain wrote the book on effective, ethical pain management. Get actual solutions with the most up-to-date, clinically proven treatment options available. No one has to suffer in silence. Get real treatment for chronic pain. Call MD Pain.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, the backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Don't you feel so free out here on the lake?
Not as free as this soda.
Where'd you get free soda?
Casey's. Buy 4 fountain drinks, 5th one's free.
I love free.
Well, then you'll love this. Bought this jerky, got this free donut.
I love free donuts.
With Casey's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes, the more you buy, the more you can win, including free Lee Brice concert tickets. Casey's, here for good. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. For official rules, visit Casey's.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
From Alfred Hitchfield, the master of suspense,
They're growing. Today, there are 1,000. And tomorrow, there will be 2,000.
comes a tale of mystery and multiplication.
In a year, it'll be 365,000 and 3,650,000 in 10 years.
Wait a minute. What are we talking about here?
The dollars you get if you win Lucky for Life from the Nebraska Lottery. $1,000 a day for life.
What's with the scary music?
We do lots of movie trailers. Force of habit.
Top prize odds, 1 in 30 million. You know that music. It's the theme for America's favorite spooky family. And we've got them. Play $5 The Addams Family Fortune, the new scratch ticket from the Nebraska Lottery. The top prize is $50,000, and you can choose from frighteningly fun tickets featuring Gomez, Morticia, Uncle Fester, and other classic characters. And see The Addams Family 2 in theaters October 11th. So lurch into a Nebraska Lottery retailer and pay a visit to
The Addams Family.
Top prize odds 1 in 96,000.
Tanner's Bar and Grill is still South Lincoln's go-to sports bar, but it has a different look to it now. Come check out the new remodeled layout and enjoy the game on any of their variety of TVs, whether it's college football, NFL, college hoops, or anything else. You'll find it there with great beer specials to choose from and nightly food specials. Half-pound hamburger and fries for only $7.99 on Wednesdays and French dips on Saturday nights. And make sure to try out their famous chicken lips, too. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, are you there?
I sure am, Charlie. Great to talk to you again.
Andy, I know you're selling a lot of cars right now, but I hear you still have a lot of cars available.
We do, Charlie. In fact, we still have over 500 new 2021 Hondas to choose from in stock or on the way, with 0% APR financing available on select models.
What about new 2022 Hondas, Andy?
You know, we actually have quite a few in stock already, and they're arriving every day.
Now, I'm going to assume since you're selling a lot of new cars, you have some great trade-ins available too. How is the selection of pre-owned?
It's the largest selection of pre-owned we've ever had, Charlie, with over 160 to choose from. People can choose from just about any make and model you can imagine.
Thanks, Andy. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I hope you are catching the Sutter Heyman live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Join in, comment if necessary or required, or simply because. Thank you guys for giving us this hour. Love what you did on the Sutter Heyman text line during the first segment. Terrence Badgett is a Nebraska treasure. I hope you guys treat him accordingly. Reach out to him on social media. We're going to do some stuff together. It's good stuff. Nick and I were I was trying to wrap my brain around some of the sports news today. And Joel Embiid just inked a 4-year, $196 million contract. $49 million a year. And I'm trying to wrap my brain around it. Imagine going to sleep on Sunday and then waking up Monday, every Monday, and seeing an instant, like a deposit, an automatic direct deposit into your account for $1 million a week minus taxes. Every Monday. Every Monday. Now, some players have the ability to say simply, I want to be paid during the 40 weeks of the season, or the 30 weeks of the season. Like the NFL players tell you, 20 weeks, I'll get paid 20 times. I want it over the 20 weeks of the season rather than spread out through the year. Some want it spread out through the year, and they have those agreements in place. But $500,000 after taxes. 600,000. Let's say 600,000. Should we? 700,000. I don't know what the tax bracket is for that kind of money. That's not a universe I live in. I am not familiar. But there are athletes, professional athletes running around that go to sleep on Sunday and wake up on Monday and somebody just dropped $500,000 cash in your bank account. Like I grew up poor, like poor, right? 8 kids in a 2-bedroom house. Poor, like meals had names on them. Like we labeled the name. Like this is my sandwich, and we would fight. Like the only fights we were allowed to have were over food. Like you come home and somebody ate your food, it's a brawl. It's going down. And I remember getting my first job. And that paycheck being deposited in the bank and then going the following week where you were short on cash and you were waiting like Friday at 5:01 to get that check and then sprinting to the bank and then immediately going to eat because you were hungry. And Joel Embiid gets $49 million a year. Wow. Sink your teeth into that. We're expecting the big man, Jay Foreman, to join us at the top of the hour. We'll take you through the next 2 hours and then back-to-back Hall of Famers. Jay Foreman, and then from 6 to 8, Eric Strickland. Ooh-wee. Old School's next. Hang on.
Deck City is Lincoln's DIY deck headquarters with real deck professionals.